So what is OLS? It's my belief that it's a multi-pronged attack to strike fear back into the hearts of the American people after their failed shit show of a lockdown. I believe the biggest reason it was a failure was because so many influential people spoke out against it. I mean shit, they had Bill Nye the Science Guy and motherfucking Bill Gates promoting the lockdowns and everything that came with it and was still a failure, so they were left with scratching their heads trying to figure out what went so terribly wrong. They literally had two of the biggest influencers of my generation. Bill Gates was a symbol that you could come from nothing and still be somebody, and Bill Nye, you grew up watching every day on TV explaining how the world and science works. Spoiler alert, their failures was their active approach to try to bury the other side of the argument. As soon as they did that, they gave everyone speaking out about the lockdown credibility. Because if they weren't credible, why would they try to hide it? And it's the same story with my husband. Them indicting him actually vindicated him on everything he's been saying about the government for years. They did a better job cutting their own throats than my husband ever could. But okay, back on track. I wanted you to have a better understanding of why they decided to take such radical measures. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know how deep the rabbit hole goes, and I highly doubt I'm even scratching the surface of what they've done. But let's get into my husband's role in all this. Operation Lightning Strike. It's funny because when it was brought up, the government tried to deny its existence. Imagine that. They had to put the document on the screen before they even acknowledge it. So, I believe there are three main players to accomplish three different goals. The players are my husband, Alex Jones, and former President Trump. Player number one, Alex Jones. Whether or not you want to believe it was ethical what he did or didn't say, to the best of my understanding, there was never an actual call to action, making his statements fall well within the scope of the First Amendment. Player number two, former President Trump. Don't forget, all he has to do is think, I'm unclassifying a document, and it is so. Knowing they didn't have a case because of this, they still went into his personal property under the excuse of him having classified documents just to tear up his life to look for a reason to indict him. So the point they wanted to make was this: we don't give a fuck who you are, how powerful you are. If we want you, we will come after you. I mean, they can literally indict a ham sandwich, which is pretty fucked up if you think about that. Like, how? Player number three, the one you've all been waiting for. My husband's role in this. Like it or not, and whether you think his videos were in good taste or not, the facts are he was a licensed machine gun manufacturer doing a paid advertisement on a picture of an obsolete machine gun conversion device that he even called the ATF ahead of time to make sure it was legal. And they said, yes, it's legal. Let's just make that very clear here. His lawyers even requested the ATF's phone records on two separate occasions, and both times he was denied by the government. Can someone say Brady violation? So what was the point of this particular prong? It doesn't matter. If you do everything by the book, if we want you, we will come after you and get you. Which is fucking stupid. Like, are you actually processing that? Think about that for a minute. The 3 points being made, I'm sure there are more, but these are just three that I'm aware of, and they were all done in a very public manner to send a message to not go against the narrative, because it doesn't matter if what you say is protected by the First Amendment, who you are, or how rich you are. Even if you are following the law to the best of your ability, if you go against us, we will get you. So don't forget that. Are all these examples part of the OLS? Yes, but it's not like they all carry the same name. What probably happened was there was a meeting with some department, had FBI, ATF, etc., and they were all handed mission briefs that carried different names. Because the alternative is, you'd have to believe that a bank teller randomly looked into a checking account and seeing payments received from Shopify, visited the website, seen the name of the product, auto key card, or AKC for short, and immediately knew it was an NFA violation. Called an ex-boyfriend who currently lives across the country in Texas, who agreed that yes, the auto key card was in fact an NFA violation. So he called a colleague of his in FL and told him to get an AKC to FATD, Firearms Test Department, for testing, and then even though ATF couldn't make a machine gun conversions out of the AKC, and yes, they admitted this on the stand, on record, at the trial. they chose to prosecute anyways. So what's more likely? The official story I just told you, or that someone showed up at ATF headquarters with a full file on my husband, complete with photographs, and was told to make him go away. So how deep does this rabbit hole go? Are judges and prosecutors involved? I don't have the answer to that, but I do know that this case should have never went to trial. In this particular case, the law was written crystal clear and my husband did not break it. It didn't say shit about the potential or possibility of parts because they have to be fully functional parts to even be considered for regulation by the NFA. At this point, you're probably thinking, how in the actual fuck did he even get convicted? Think jury nullification. This is when the jury knows the law was broken, but they disagree with the law, so they find defendant innocent. In his case, though, it was like jury nullification, but in reverse, if that makes sense. The defense made it undeniably clear the auto keyer didn't break the law, and everything the government alleged, from who drew the design right down to the intent of the design, was 100% false. However, they got the jury to agree whether or not he broke the law. He deserved to be convicted by making the jury believe he was some kind of domestic terrorist. As I said, jury nullification in reverse. So, the takeaway from this is, even though they're squeezing us hard and it sucks, right now we need to continue to stand tall for what we believe in. Because if we don't, who else will? And that's also a big reason why I'm up here shooting videos, is because I don't want to break under pressure. 1, I'm stubborn. 2, I'm strong. And 3, I want to be a role model to other people that, yes, this is messed up and it should have never happened, but we can't sit and hide and just be scared. Like, that's, you think about it, these are other people, just other human beings just like us. They're just evil and we're not. So you're telling us that we're going to be scared of evil fucking people? Like, that's not how we should live our life. That's not okay. I don't know about you, but I watch a lot of action videos and the evil people, they never win. Ever. So, but anyways, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and comment down below because I do read your comments. And as always, if you guys would like to write my husband, here we are right here. Matthew Hoover, his inmate number, 83631-509, FCI Thomson, P.O Box 1002, Thompson, Illinois 61285. If I don't forget, I'll try to zoom in because I know some of you are older and you can't always see. I do read your guys' comments. If you guys would like to help continue to support our family and the process of this, there'll be links down in the description, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. And if you guys would like to write Matthew, this is a close version for all of you older folks that cannot see. Matthew Hoover, here's his inmate number, 83631-509, FCI Thomson, P.O Box 1002, Thompson, Illinois 61285. They literally had choke on a fat one. You look like a pumpkin, bitch. Are all these instances I can't say it. Are all these instances I can't fuck that word. Don't look at me like I fucked up again.